This is Jay.
This is A.
And this is Mocksicated,
where we drop the booze and walk through the reality of life alcohol-free.
So grab your favorite mock, get ready to laugh, and let's get Mocksicated.
Hello, and welcome back.
Yay!
Yay!
It's Mocksicated day. It's a Mocksicated.
Keep going. I'm waiting for the next course.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe I've waited this long to tell you this, but it's perfect. Guess what I did yesterday?
What? Oh my god. Guys.
I learned the dance from Beat It.
Of course you did. Of course you did.
It's actually pretty easy.
Do you want to do it for us?
No,
Oh,
but it's
okay.
a little bit of this. That's why the singing and the snapping reminded me of it.
Okay.
But yeah, I was really proud of myself. You know, I'm literally still like deep in the Michael Jackson. Can't get him off of my mind. And honestly, I like always thought of him as an icon because he was a lot older than us. And there were just, you know, it was different times back then. But someone recently asked me, like, is there any version of Michael Jackson that you would like, you know, that you would like hook up with? I was like, I don't know. And then, okay, I usually not a fan of AI, but
Okay.
I found this video, targeted me, this video, and it was all these AI versions of Michael Jackson, and it started when he was 18, legal. When he was 18, and then each person, like, then the next version of him would come and sit down, and that one would get up, and then the next one would come and sit down, and it was actually done really well. I'm just going to tell you, 1986, Michael Jackson.
Oh yeah, the exact year.
Yes. The answer is yes.
1986.
1986, 2 years before I was born.
Perfect.
That is the Michael Jackson that I would have been like, yo, you are bad. You are bad. And you know it. So yeah, anyways, it was a really great Sunday. I was proud of myself.
Yeah. I
came in to show everybody.
That I was not expecting that. So thank you for sharing that with me and the world.
That's literally is my idea of fun. When I was younger, I would do these.
Yes.
And you know what? TRL used to like break down dances. I remember I learned a Britney Spears dance on TRL. I really wish those times came back.
I still have ingrained in my head from Oops, I Did It Again, Britney's like walk up. And it's ingrained that you go left, right, left, right, right, back.
She
and you like move your hips left, right, left, right,
I
right,
swear
back.
that's the one she taught on TRL.
Yeah, and I had a camp Parks and Rec counselor. She would just yell it at us while we were trying to do it, and I was like, I'm not even a dancer. I got really long limbs.
Me in a different life.
Yeah,
I'm
you.
like, all right, girls, let's go.
Yes, exactly.
And 5, 6, and 7, 8. See, you know, another thing that me and Allie have always wanted secretly, but now it's not a secret, is to be a part of a flash mob.
That, I just got the chills all over my body. I don't necessarily even need to be a part of it. I just need to be standing when it's happening. Like in the middle.
In the middle.
I need them to surround me and all of a sudden just be like, oh, it's happening.
Like you would actually probably be talking to like one of the characters.
Yeah, and they would be like, get away from me. Stop trying to small talk me. And I would be like, but I like your nails.
Like, wait.
But no, that is fun. Like I dream. And I think that in Albuquerque, New Mexico, they don't happen often or ever.
Doing a flash dance over here.
But I do find myself like when I'm at the farmer's market sitting in like the center grass, if you know what I'm talking about. I'm like, this would be a perfect time. Maybe those people walking up, they're going to start it. Like just.
Anytime I'm in a mall, an outdoor mall in California, I'm like, it's going to happen.
This is it.
I think this is going to happen. And one time I walked up and the people outside of a bar were line dancing. And I was like, I think it's a flash mob. And then I was like,
oh no, they're just line dancing.
Cool.
Oh,
so anyways, dancing is really freaking fun for me and for you. And we don't even care.
No.
We dance better.
Yeah. I was actually at a graduation party on Saturday, not even dressed for the party because it was my last destination. And there was a little, like, it looked like a standing baby, but it had to have been old enough to stand. It was crazy. And this baby had the moves. And so I was like dancing with it. And then I saw the mom like giving me dirty looks. And I'm like, look, lady, I know I'm not in graduation attire right now, but I am like, fun. And I will dance with your oddly small standing baby. Standing baby. I couldn't believe it. I was like, how is that a baby or a toddler? I don't know. It was, he had moves though.
Remember Ally McBeal? It was that dance.
Oh yeah. Oh my God.
Fun. That's what we're talking about. Fun.
Yes.
And we say it like that because we're fun.
Yes. And I think that when people find out that we're sober, the first thing they don't think is that we're not fun. And I'm like,
or they say,
watch this.
What do you do for fun?
Yeah. And I'm like, ew, what do you do for fun?
I talk.
I talk.
I live.
So what do you do for fun?
Well, first, I want to take us back to our roots and define fun because...
Yes, please do.
F is for friends that do stuff together. U is for you. That's for millennials or anyone younger that used to watch SpongeBob, and it just came out of my head. I'm really sorry. Fun is a noun and an adjective.
Ooh, and 2 in 1.
Yes.
Sorry.
It is.
Didn't mean to interrupt.
We are all over the place today. Took my meds, promise. Okay. Defined as any experience, action, or person that provides lighthearted pleasure.
Oh.
Lighthearted.
No.
Enjoyment or amusement. It is also the state of experiencing joy and is fundamentally a natural byproduct of play. Love it. I didn't read anywhere in there where it said alcohol. Did you? Did you hear that?
No.
Was booze drunk? Because it's not.
It's true. And you can tell that we are very passionate about this. Because it is. It's almost offensive to think that you can't have fun without alcohol. How do children have fun? They're not drinking alcohol,
They have the most fun. Well, and also, like, you know, it is something that we get really offended when people ask. But I do think it is also something that keeps people from stopping drinking because they genuinely think that drinking is the idea of fun because that has what has been literally ingrained into our minds since we probably were kids. Mm-hmm. And, you know, like, I know that females can think back to like being kids and being at a sleepover and like crying and like crying laughing until you fell asleep. Like yes. You can't go to sleep at night because you guys are just laughing so hard. That all of these like core memories took place before alcohol. And then we replaced that kind of fun with drinking, and it's almost like this like irreversible thing that like now you can't get back that type of fun ever again. Now anytime you have fun, it's supposed to involve drinking of some sort.
No, and it's absolutely absurd.
Absurd.
Because it really, when you really sit and think about a drinking evening, the fun does not last the whole evening. It's very just the beginning.
Yes.
And then it starts to fade. It is not a full fun.
The whole night is not fun. And then we wake up and we don't feel fun. And then we're like, oh, we need to do the fun again, especially if you're on vacation or you're in Vegas or something like that. And you're like, ooh, let's repeat the fun. Let's repeat the fun. But it's not fun.
No.
And I feel like, ooh, it went out of my brainsies. But also, there's not a lot of adult, like, geared places to hang out that are for fun that don't have alcohol.
Yes.
And so I think that those two things paired together make it really, really hard for people to see beyond drinking. And, like, just because we know, because we've lived it so well, it's so much more fun, especially for me.
Yeah.
I was asleep half the time. That's not fun.
It's true. She did go to sleep quickly. And then usually that's when all the regrets would happen too.
Yeah, and if someone woke me up, then everyone was regretting.
Yeah. Yes.
There was no fun to be had.
No fun.
There was
to be
fun
had.
Trying to be had despite me. And it's so true because I was saying that to someone the other day. I was talking to someone who has known me since high school, who is also alcohol free, and she's drank with me back in the day because we've known each other. And I was telling her that there's people I meet these days sometimes that are like, gosh, I wish I would have been able to drink with you, and I wish, it would have been so fun to go out and drink together. And I'm like, no, it wasn't. It wouldn't have been. And I think I said maybe Allie could have been fun, but like it was not fun to go out with me. And it is so crazy that for how many years, I mean, we started drinking at 15, give or take.
Yeah.
And from then on until we stopped drinking when we had kids, like that was the center focus. That's all we knew. Like we would think that standing in a kitchen was fun because alcohol was involved.
Yes. Which is also insane to think. I'm like, you can't catch me standing anywhere now. I'm sitting
I need to sit
everywhere. I find the chairs in the building. And it's crazy to think that we really did just stand around. And another thing that we did was we took shots exclusively.
Yes.
We did not make mixed drinks.
No.
And this is different, I think, culturally throughout the United States. I have just learned, even from my meeting over the weekend, that most people, even when they started drinking, they didn't start with shots. We started with shots.
Yes.
That's all we knew. We didn't know. Like, I remember even on my 21st birthday going to the bar and then being like, what do you want to drink? And I was like, vodka.
A shot of vodka.
And they're like, no, like, what kind of mixed drink? And I was like, I don't know. I just want vodka. Like, literally.
Because we didn't know.
Yeah.
And that's how we were, and we've had friends that have told us about, like, different events and stuff that they do. And it's like, here, all we literally did for fun was take shots. And it's so funny that you mentioned that because a lot, and I've mentioned this time and time again, that one of my biggest worries of how I was going to have fun again all revolved around me watching Bravo and like them doing fun things that involved alcohol on the TV screen. But 99, maybe 98% of the shows you watch on Bravo, they're drinking, as it is glamorized, like they're having champagne glasses, they're having mixed drinks, there's a lot of espresso martinis that are had on Bravo. But one show, and it's catching a lot of slack for it not being entertaining, not being fun to watch, that reminds me so much of how we partied, is The Valley. And The Valley is the spinoff of Vanderpump. They were all young. They are all, at least our age, if not older. The majority of them have children, and the majority of them, they've moved out and they're trying to live quote unquote normal lives. But they have these functions, there's postpartum mothers there, there's all kinds of people there, and they are taking shots. It's all about shots. Shots in the car on the way there. Like there was an episode recently where two people were on a date and they took a shot on their date. And something about that was just like, it's just, I don't know. It didn't rub me the right way. Yeah. And I'm wondering if like the way that is still kind of stuck in drinking culture and not moving past it is why people aren't thinking it's fun to watch anymore.
Yeah. No, I totally agree with that. I think too, oh my gosh, it left.
1, 2, 3. The thing too about fun is it's just like alcohol-free life. Like my idea of fun is so much different than Allie's idea of fun.
Yes.
And it's funny because like to put one thing at the center of what is fun when we're all so fundamentally different is crazy. Like, the reason why we all thought drinking was fun was because it turned our brains off. And the stuff that we actually thought was fun wasn't in our brains. Alcohol was. And so for you, when you're on your alcohol-free journey, or if you're seeing someone on their alcohol-free journey and you're like, what's fun? That doesn't seem fun to me. You need to understand that fun is going to be different and look different for everybody else. So what is your idea of fun?
Well, really quick, my thought came back to me. So this is a perfect example of how it starts fun and then your brain spirals
get there.
Into not fun. So my daughter is 9 years old, and she went on a play date this weekend, and her best friend were talking about how much cash they both have. And because they both are like trying to save for certain things, and they were each $1 off of how much each had. And so they thought it would be fun, in my daughter's words, to go and steal the dollars from the best friend's little sister.
Oh, no.
And so then when my daughter came home, she was like, Mom, I had a lot of fun there, but now I'm feeling really bad. And I was like, what's going on? You know, and so then she kind of told me about the situation, and she was like, you can't tell their mom. Like, my friend told me, like, you can't tell your mom that we did this or that we stole, because stealing's illegal. And I was like, yeah, it is illegal. I've been arrested. And I actually had to tell Quinn that yesterday. We had the full lesson, but so it was so interesting. And this didn't even include alcohol, but it's like how a situation can start fun, and then all of the sudden, and it honestly too, I think it was like the camaraderie, like with somebody that you may not think this is fun, but if the friend that you're with is like, ooh, no, this is fun, you're kind of like convince yourself, okay, this is fun. And then like once your brain actually catches up to what is really going on, you might not think that that's fun anymore, but you're in a position that you don't want to like admit to that friend that you're not enjoying this anymore. And so it took my daughter coming home and then talking to me, and then she was like, I don't know how we're going to undo this, because you can't tell the mom, we can't do this. And I was like, and so we solved it by me just saying to tell her, give the $1 back, and tell her I couldn't stop thinking about it, and I didn't want to steal from your sister. So you can have this $1, and you can decide whether you keep it or give it back. Yeah. And I told her, I was like, you don't have to tell her that I helped you come to this decision. I was like, I'm not telling anybody. Yeah. But so it was a huge lesson in it, how fun it can start fun, and then all of a sudden, because I think that rings true for like drinking situations too. Like you start drinking and things are fun, and then all of a sudden you're like, wait, I would not normally be doing this.
Hey babes, J&A here, and we have a brand new product to tell you all about. The Honey Love CrossFlex Activity Sports Bra.
Treat yourself to the most advanced bras and shapewear on the market. Use our exclusive link to save 20% off Honey Love at honeylove.com/Mocksicated. That's honeylove.com/Mocksicated. After you check out, they'll ask where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. Experience the new standard and comfort and support with Honey Love. For someone who hates wearing a sports bra all day long, my Honey Love bra stays on throughout my day, from Pilates to riding bikes with the kids.
Y'all know bra wearing is minimal over here unless they are comfy, and this bra is so comfy.
The CrossFlex Activity Bra is so comfortable, and it's also the perfect t-shirt bra. I love that it has eye hooks and I don't have to pull it over my head.
It's so perfect for a little grounded flow at the studio or a sober girl walk around your neighborhood. It's definitely an all-day bra without any discomfort. And guess what, guys? No uniboob.
Honey Love is an independent, woman-founded brand that creates products designed by women who genuinely wear and understand them, including their founder, Betsy.
Honey Love doesn't just make bras and shapewear. They've built a full line with supportive structure, smoothing fabrics, and premium finishes.
So what are you waiting for? We don't gatekeep here at Mocksicated.
Please go treat yourself to the most advanced bras and shapewear on the market using our exclusive link to save 20% off. Honey Love at honeylove.com/Mocksicated. Again, that's honeylove.com/Mocksicated. Once you check out, they're going to ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them Mocksicated sent you. Experience the new standard and comfort and support with Honey Love. Now back to the show. And that's kind of like why peer pressure was taught so much to us, and it goes off too, like that leads us to that. And you said it multiple times that fun is different for everyone. And, you know, it not only has to do with like, you know, if your family, you know, grows up doing this one thing and it's super fun and another family doesn't do that, you know, that's a part of why something could be fun to you and something isn't fun to someone else. But also, like, we all have personal interests. We all like certain things, and we all have intuition. Mm-hmm. And I think that something that happens is in the name of quote unquote fun, we ignore our intuition. And Quinn probably in that moment was like, I don't know if I should do this, but we're having fun, so I'm going to do it. And I'm sure that there's so many people that have gotten themselves into those situations, you know, and it's just so much less harmful if you are getting yourself into the wrong types of fun, you know, without substances. I mean, like, Allie's idea of fun could be listening to her books. And, like, maybe one day I'm like, I want to try Allie's type of fun. And literally the worst thing that will happen to me is I listen to books for 3 hours or whatever, you know. It's not like I'm not going to sit there and have a shame spiral. It's so much more easier and clearer to listen to that intuition and then be able to decide, do I think this is fun? And it was so beautiful that you were able to walk Quinn through that decision of like, maybe you did think it is fun, but now, like, aftermath should be counted in, like, the thought of fun, you know?
Well, and honestly, it opened the window, because then we even talked about alcohol, Quinn and I.
Yeah.
And I said, you know, your friends might tell you drinking alcohol is fun.
Yeah.
And I was like, and you might drink it. And I, like, then we had this whole conversation, and I was like, but I want you to know you won't get in trouble with me. You call me when this happens, you know, this kind of thing. Because she was more worried about what the friends think and all of the things. But it did open up, like, a huge conversation for me and her. But it was just so interesting because she was like, it didn't seem bad in the moment, but then now I'm just feeling so bad about stealing from her.
And I think that especially as women, as we get older, like, that voice and that this is wrong and that, you know, in the moment gets so much louder. And there are so many times that we are just not listening to it. And when we do listen to it is when we, you know, like I was saying earlier, we're able to kind of, like, distinguish what is fun for us. And if you are newly alcohol free or newly sober, it's almost like an experiment. And we've talked about, you know, all the different things that you can get into, the crafts and the stuff. It's like a trying phase where you are allowed to fail and be like, oops, this wasn't fun, and all it was like cost me like $15 at the open pottery hour, you know. Like, that's the consequence you are facing for figuring out what truly is fun, instead of facing a horrific consequence for trying to make something fun that isn't fun to you. Maybe the fun parts of drinking are the connection with people. Maybe the fun parts of drinking are that you, like, get to go out. Maybe the fun parts of drinking is that you have a closet full of really cute outfits and the only time you wear it is when you go out. Like, there are parts of that you can pull and extract out of the drinking and be like, this was the part that was fun, and this is the part that I can keep. And I know that there are things that maybe we had to put a pause on, but we were able to kind of come back to, that we enjoyed drinking, that we enjoy not drinking.
Yeah, no, totally.
And so, I don't know. I don't even know. We didn't even plan on a number. Just give us some things you do for fun. Maybe a couple that are newly sober and a couple that you've come back to. Putting you on the spot.
My idea of fun. I do, well, it depends. Like, because I am an extrovert and I do like
fun.
I do like to go to events. I do like to go to pop-ups and markets and all of those things. I am a very, like, fast-paced person. I like to be doing stuff a lot of the time. But so, like, if we're having a day at the house, something fun I like to do is have my book in my ear and puzzle or paint or, you know, something that we can do with our hands, because I do have a book in my ear a lot of the time. But it's funny because people have asked me this. They're like, so do you just, like, sit there and just, like,
stare at a wall?
And I'm like, no, it's very rare for me to do that.
You're like,
and it's more of, like, I listen while I'm doing other things. And so it's, like, either doing a craft or even out in the garden or just different things like that at the house. Yesterday, Quinn and I sewed and made, like, mini Pop-Tarts and mini cookies and all these weird little mini things.
So cute.
But yeah, and then, like, my my son and daughter have very different ideas of fun. And so we're constantly trying to cater to both, you know?
Yes.
I would say in early sobriety, when I was going out, it was a lot more angsty for me. It was a lot harder to go out and have fun. Whereas now I'm way on the other side of that. I love going out with a group of girls, with one person. I love putting a cute outfit on and going having coffee. You know, I do think that is fun. And it's funny, someone actually brought this up last week when I was at a girl dinner, and they were like, do you think that if you drank, you wouldn't do content? And I was like, do you know what's interesting is all of you are, when you start drinking, you don't take any pictures or you don't take any videos. Meanwhile, I'm like, pose, you know, like doing all of it. And so I was like, that is interesting that I find that fun. I like taking photos. I like taking videos. I like creating a recap of the evening the next morning, you know. And I told them with this question, I was like, well, is it because you don't want to remember the night?
That's why you stopped taking pictures.
Yeah. I'm like, is that why you stopped taking pictures? Or do you really just like throw your phone and you're just not focused on it? And they were like, well, no, it's not that I don't want to remember. It's just that I kind of forget to capture the moments in that way.
My phone was probably in a bush somewhere.
Yeah.
So.
No, I mean, there were many times I woke up and didn't have my phone. There was one time I woke up and didn't have phone's key. It was like, dude, where's my car? And we literally had to retrace all the steps to find everything. But I think that
that's a good point.
I do enjoy like things like that, but I can honestly have fun doing anything because I just like to be out and connect, and I enjoy grocery shopping.
I was going to say, she has fun at Costco.
Yeah, I have fun shopping, any kind of shopping. That's probably one of my addictions that I traded is for shopping, and it's anything.
Literally anything. Thrift stores, Marshalls,
yes.
We go the big namers.
Yeah, but so
Walmart.
I don't know. I think that a big part of fun is your perspective. I think that's a huge part of it. If you're going to go into anything thinking it's going to suck or be boring, it's probably going to suck and be boring. And so even when, honestly, picking up dog poop, nobody wants to pick up dog poop, but it's got to be done, you know? And so me and my kids even will, like, make a game out of it, you know? And it's, like, just adding little touches to the normalcy in life makes life more fun, in my opinion.
Yeah. I think that that's what you do. I think that you just like leave little sparkles everywhere. And it's funny because that's what I was saying at the beginning too. Like, you're fun, like as a person, which is why you always get so offended when people ask this question. And so like you can have fun anywhere. And like it's the exact opposite for me. I think that I truly need to be comfortable. In one way or another in order to have fun. So I need to be comfortable in the setting, comfortable in my clothing, comfortable with the people I'm around. And
safe.
All of that can be safe. Yeah, and all of that can vary because that's kind of what it takes for me to have fun is safety, is comfort. For me, so much fun I feel like revolves in just like talking.
Yes.
And laughing.
No, me too. Laughing and talking.
Recapping, telling stories, learning about things and places I think is so fun. I have fun truly just like following my interests. I obviously have ADHD, and so I have huge hyperfixations. And I was recently talking to my best friend, my guy best friend, who is suspicious about his neurodivergency as well. And I was just laughing at the fact that him and I were like so always in on the pop culture, and him and I just could like know everything about pop culture. And I'm like, we were literally sitting there like hyper fixating with each other, like stimming at the same time, and had no idea. But pop culture has been a huge hyper fixation of mine for so long, and so I find it fun to talk about it, to learn about it, to learn the dance, to beat it, to reminisce, to I have a lot of Cancer in my chart, so nostalgia is huge for me. I love watching like Bravo and reality. I love It's almost more anything where I can understand humans.
Yes.
I love astrology for that reason. Astrology is a huge passion of mine, and it is really fun. Like, I feel like sometimes I'm that annoying person that's like, what's your sign? What's this? What's this? But it is so fun for me to be like, oh my gosh, this and this and that and that and that equals that. It literally like makes me smile so big. And so like, look at how different those two things are. Like, we both can have fun at our house doing our own thing, but
Yes.
it is such different things. And true friendship is doing like what the other person thinks is fun, and kind of bending that way. And not true friendship is peer pressure and putting you in situations where you truly don't feel like it's fun, but you're kind of just doing it because everybody else is doing it.
Yes.
And I feel like that happens far more often with alcohol than it possibly could without. And so it's almost, I think this is like exactly why we get so offended when people bring up fun and alcohol as if they go hand in hand, because to both of us, it is quite the opposite.
Yes.
And I think the more that we have traveled away from our drinking days, the more wisdom we've gotten about ourselves in our drinking days to be able to say, like, that was not fun. It was unsafe behavior. It was like traumatizing behavior in some situations. And all the while, people were thinking we were having fun.
Yeah. No, and it's remembering the night is fun.
Yes.
Like, I don't know. I think that's where I get so annoyed by the question too, because I'm like, tell me what was fun. Like it makes me want to like question them back. Like, so wait, so what do you do for fun? And I've done that before in situations where I feel like it's asked rudely to me. I can bite back very quick. But it's interesting. And I've said this a million times on here. We were all born with personalities, and somewhere along the line, we've either numbed that personality or we've been made fun of, or like, and we've become so small. And it's like, no, like, this is like, it's human. Like, we're human.
Human nature.
Yes. I don't know.
I agree. I think that it is us in any situation who makes life fun. There are reasons that you found a partner. There are reasons that you found friends. There are reasons that people like to be around you. And none of them are because you drink. I'm going to just say that. And if it is, again, that's not your person. And I think Allie made a really good point of giving it back to people. And maybe if you are sober curious, or you're, wanting to lean into an alcohol-free life, that's an amazing thing to do. Look at the nights that you drink and make a list. What was fun?
Yeah.
What was fun about it? When did it stop being fun? Did it stop being fun? And not only is that useful for you to be like, oh, it actually wasn't as fun as I thought, but also the only parts of it that were fun, in Allie's case, would be like the connection to people. Like hanging out with people. That's what you like to do. That's why you can have fun finding people in the aisle of a grocery store, or, like hanging out, with the PTA. Like, you have fun everywhere you go, because human connection and getting people in a room and telling stories and living life was what was the fun part of drinking for you. And so it will almost even provide a beautiful list of like, that's actually the part that I think is fun. And then because of alcohol, look at all the things that weren't fun, or look at where my fun went.
Yes.
And so, I love that idea. And I think that it's good for anybody. If somebody is questioning you, say, okay, let's talk about last night. What parts were fun for you? Because I remember everything. So let's go through it.
No, and honestly, I do think that when people question that, I can tell very quickly if this is a sober, curious person, or if this is a person who is a mirror. I'm a mirror too, and so I can very easily like feel, okay, this person is asking me because they
are curious.
They're curious.
Yeah.
This person is asking me because they're an asshole right now. You know, like it is.
Yes.
It's not. It's very detectable now on my journey, and maybe it's because sobriety is a huge thing in our life because we do have a podcast. But yeah, I think that it's just more in the forefront for me. But we're fun.
We yell at you for 30 minutes. You better get it right. And if you don't think this is fun, you can just just search SpongeBob and Plankton, and they'll sing you a song that I have had memorized in 7th grade. F is for friends who do stuff together, not drink or anything else. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, you are, as Allie always says, a full-grown person with your own freaking personality. And you are fun all on your own. So remember that. Write down the things other people say are fun about you. Like, remember these compliments. If you're somebody that hates compliments, you better start writing them down and believing them, because that's where we get to fun, is when we start listening to us and our intuition and stop doing what everybody else tells us is fun. Because I'm going to be laying in bed watching Bravo, and Allie's going to be listening to a romance novel in her ear while she's making miniature Pop-Tarts, okay? And we're both having the time of our lives.
Yes.
And that could be you too. So just remember, you're fun. We love you. Have a wonderful, fun, Mocksicated weekend. Day.
Anytime.
We love you, babes.
Talk soon.